we have hunted woke video games into endangerment. It's like a tenth of the way it used to be. And in a way, it's almost bittersweet. Because it's like, wait, so now am I gonna have to go back to actually just playing video games again? Like, I got what I want. Well, what do you mean I got what I want? I got what I wanted. What am I supposed to do now? So I understand. And yeah, what about WoW though?
Oh, dude, that is so true.
And so anyway, the dog. Yes,
oh man. Oh man, they're becoming self-aware, bro. That's crazy. Basically what he's saying is that the leaders of the civil rights era, they won. He's saying that they won, and now the civil rights leaders of today are just, you know, just looking for, they're fighting shadow demons. Okay, no man. No man. Video games were never woke the way that you think they are. Some of them were like performative gay or whatever. They were like performative liberal. And was that kind of annoying? Yeah, but that was never the majority of video gaming. You have always been fighting shadow demons. You have been fighting the shadow demons. Anti-racists are not fighting shadow demons, man. There's still racism.
I think that's really what happened, is that they paid the money anonymously. Maybe there's one person there that knew about it, and they said, okay, well, this is, you know, like maybe a greater evil or a greater good that we're doing this for. But I think that's really what it was. I can go ahead and we'll watch a little bit about this, right? And so this is part of it, though.
I want to make sure I understand, you're alleging that the Southern Poverty Law Center, I want to make sure I understand, you're alleging that the Southern Poverty Law Center was paying the leaders of...
By the way, since we're looking at Cash Patel right now, I do also want to briefly mention this, okay? What Asmongold was saying earlier was a straw man, okay? To say that, like, leftists or libs are all gonna, like, say this is fake, yeah, I mean, that's a straw man, obviously. I don't know how it gets any more obvious than that, but anyway, I think it's understandable to scrutinize what's coming out because of who it is coming from. Okay, look at the administration. Look at what they are doing to erase history, right? That is like in favor of minorities and black people. It's crazy. Erasing their struggle, erasing their victories in our nation's history. It's crazy. It's crazy. So like this is like, it's totally within their character, their collective character, this administration, to like make up shit about the SPLC. Now that being said, I'm not saying that's what they're doing. Okay, I am not saying that. But I do think that we should be looking very closely at this, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Continue your operations, is that...
I'm not alleging that the grand jury returned an indictment that says that, and so what?
There you go. It's a grand jury. Oh my god. Wow. Can you not read, retard? It's about informants and not actually funding? Alright, I'm gonna pull you up. Give me a minute. You give me pulled up. What is this?
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Do you really believe that?
The token lib.
And I want you to think for yourself. What something said.
Come on, Asmon. None of us do that. We all have the mind virus, remember? We got the wokeness.
I mean, like, you're not gonna... I mean, because you're talking about this a lot. And I'm just kind of curious, like, what's going on here, right? Why is this even happening? Why would you say this? It's interesting to see. And it's an indictment, talks about fraud and ghost companies. It's not just informants. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not just informants. I mean, like, but I'm not going to talk about the reality of it. I want you to think for yourself. And this is the challenge that a lot of people have. Is that many people are not able to do that. Actually confused about that? Yeah, of course, right? You don't launder money to informants, you just hire them normally? It looks like this person that doesn't have a single response. So this is really not a big surprise. I mean, you're going to have people that say this constantly. But, you know, again, like people like this, they love to say this stuff. Couldn't that be easily tracked and confirmed? They could easily confirm that we paid this person and he's clearly an informant. Of course they could. And again, the grand jury would have looked through all this. Like a grand jury does this with, can you not read? LOL. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Because you know, and the thing is that you know that if you explain it, you're going to be an idiot. You're going to look like a dumbass. And so you don't want to explain it or explain what you're thinking because you didn't think at all. You didn't think at all. All you did is you took what somebody else told you and you repeated. Oh, what did it say? What about grand jury indictments against Trump? Well, what about it? I mean, it was obvious that, well, no, Trump obviously broke the law with the campaign finance.
I'm not going to say it.
That he did. Well, wait a minute. No,
I'm not going to say
I don't
it.
think anybody's debating whether that happened. Everybody's saying that. And also, by the way, what the hell does this have to do with
Everybody's saying that.
No. What does that have to do with this? You're talking about Donald Trump. What are you doing talking about Donald Trump for? This is about the SPLC and about them making a bunch of fucking bullshit. Like, do you really think, and this is the problem, do you really think that they wouldn't pay people in order to cause problems so they could necessitate themselves being a solution to those problems? Do you honestly think that that's outside of the scope of conceptualizing? Do you think that's it? Like, I mean, that's just this. Like, and again, I don't care about, like, whatever your opinion is on Trump or whatever. Why don't you read the indictment? Well, which one? Like, you're talking about the January 6th one? Who the fuck cares? It happened 5 years ago. What are we talking about that for? Like, I'm looking at this. That's obviously it. And so it happens often, yeah. Like, it's crazy. No, SBLC? Well, I don't know. Show me the part of it that you want me to look at. And also, like, I'm telling you, do you think that happened? I'm asking you to think for yourself. Do you think that they would pay right-wing people in order to cause problems so they could push donations for themselves? Do you think that would happen? Not like reading this thing or whatever. I want you to use your critical thinking. What I called you? Yeah, I thought he called me the slur too. I did. But no, that wasn't. It's not answering. Yeah, I can't think. Man. Yeah, I'm not interested in what you think you read or whatever. Like that, I don't care about. Like, do you think that happened or not? More money, more problems. I know. The brain mind goes deeper than people thought. Well, I think that this is the issue that people have, right? Is that there's a lot of people that have like reading comprehension, but they don't have the ability to synthesize what they read into an idea. And so like they can read something and then based off of that they draw a conclusion from it, but they're not able to go anywhere beyond that. That's the issue I think a lot of people have. What's wrong with paying informants? You didn't answer the question. You know what? You've been given so many chances to answer the question, and you haven't. And the reason why is because you're not. You know that it's obvious this is what was happening. It was obvious this is what was happening. I've asked you 3 times the same thing. You're not answering it. You're talking about something else. It's because you know that it's condemning. And that's it. No mercy for pigeons on the chessboard. Yes, exactly. And banned twice. I know. And a complete waste of time. Total bad faith. But what about Trump? What about Trump did this thing? Who gives a fuck about that? Who gives a fuck about that? Who cares? Talk about this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, whataboutism.
I'm not alleging it. The grand jury returned an indictment that says that. And so what the investigation...
I mean, to be fair, Trump has done a ton of illegal shit, man. So, and I know, whataboutism, that's valid, okay? That's a valid argument. But it's just like, any time that this administration is like, these people over here are doing illegal things, it's like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well... The president is a fucking 34 count felon or whatever, how many counts it is.
They were using some of the money they
it's crazy.
To pay to, they call them field, basically to informants,
which he served no prison time over, by the way.
For certain, to do certain things, and so yes, that's exactly what the indictment charges.
Yep, there it is. And so, yep, and they got big money, and some haven't spent it yet. Exactly. Alex Jones right again, false flags everywhere. I know, guys. And SBLC played the KKK that turns up in Charlottesville. That's not informing. That's performing. Well, they're paying them to have it happen, right? I think that's the reason why, and that's a tremendous amount of money to pay an informant, right? Especially whenever you're doing it through something else.
Do you think Sandy Hook was a false flag?
Intimidation needs to stop now. Well, it's because they're doing it. This is what I think.
Is that what you think, Asmon?
These people to do it. They're paying them to gas up these problems and then present themselves as the solution to them. I think every single one of these like weird anti-hate groups, these like bigotry groups, are doing this. And I'm so glad now. What I hope happens now is that the government systematically dismantles them and puts the people that are running them in jail. I do, because I think that they're paying these people, they're causing these problems to happen. And I think also like, and this is the angle that I hope they go with, right? Is that if you're paying these people to do this and you know what they're doing, and these people get someone killed or they cause problems, like there should be accountability for that. And left will always hide behind vocabulary. The informants will.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be the racist that kills them. That'd be too far. That'd be way too far, bro.
Things, but I think it's very obvious this is what's happening because of incentives. Again, you don't need to know anything. All you need to know is what someone wants, what they're trying to do, and what they need in order to get what they want. And that basically will explain everything. So all you need to know is that these people need to fight racism. If racism dies, they die. What does that mean? Racism will never die while they are alive. Because again, when you're a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. And so anyway, that's what happens. And so they push this stuff constantly because that's the way they make money. Without hate and bigots, they're irrelevant. This is the same reason why wokeism will always continuously spiral. Like it wasn't enough to have gay marriage. It wasn't enough to have, like X, Y, or Z thing. It wasn't enough for like, people to accept trans. Now it has to be trans kids. Now it has to be kids in like bathrooms. Now it has to be,
they're trans into kids, brother.
It can never stop anywhere. And the reason why it can't stop is because if they get what they want, they lose their power. And this is something fundamental about the human mind. People always want more. Everybody wants more. And because of that, what happens is that you have people that they want more. They want to make even more money. They want to have even more virtue. They want to be seen as a better person. So what happens is that these people basically, they go out and they say, well, this is the new thing that we're fighting
Unfettered
for.
greed.
They win.
Yeah.
Like after you win the war, do you really want to go back home to doing what you were doing before? It's kind of what I said before. They had this problem in like
So you see what he did there. He just equated people that want social progress to people that exhibit unfettered greed and kill people to make more money. That's what he just did there. Interesting comparison, Asmongold. Wow.
Like, why would you, if you're running an ISIS cell, you're operating millions of dollars of machinery, you have dozens of men that report directly to you, and they would lay down their lives for you. You're the man. Like, you're making $1 million deals regularly. Like, you're a boss. And so, does that guy really want to go back and just be a farmer after this? Did these guys that were crusaders, they were, gallivanting around the Middle East, taking over cities and, going on raids and everything like that. Why the fuck would they want to stop that? That was great. But yeah, they were kings. They were like warrior kings. And then they have to go back to Europe to push a fucking plow, like behind a donkey that's farting and shitting in front of them? Fuck no. Absolutely not. No, I want to be down, fighting for the Pope, doing all this. I have my bright, shiny new armor, and everything like that. Gallivanting was fun. Exactly. And so, why is, this is the same thing that happens always. It will always happen. And so, this is really just another example of that. It's people, after you build an identity and you build a career around fighting for a problem, you enter into a very weird, like, I mean, this is like, it's a comic book, reference, so it's silly by nature, but I think that people can understand it. The Joker doesn't want to kill Batman. Why would if the Joker kills Batman, then all the fun's over. Well, then now, well, what the fuck are we gonna do now? Like, it's done. Like, there's no chase. It's not exciting anymore. It just happened, and so it's the thrill of it. Well, it also necessitates the existence of the Joker. Without Batman, you don't really need the Joker, and without the Joker, in a way, you don't need Batman either. And so what my point is that this is the reason why social justice and not social justice, right? Like performative, narcissistic, social messaging. That's the reason why there will never be a conclusion to it. It's because all of these pink-haired Karens with nose rings that think that they're 7 different genders at the same time.
Yeah, except the difference, Asmon, is that racism is real. Okay, it's not fucking Batman and Joker, and it's not like history, like the Crusades. It is real current shit that is still going on. And the idea that these organizations, the the SPLC or BLM or whatever, the idea that they are funding racism to make racism happen is just, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have any counter to that. It's not logical. It's just inane delirium. That's all it is. It's just void and empty of any actual substance. It's just baseless accusations. Oh, I don't know, man.
They lose all their power. They go back to Starbucks. Okay, all right, Kathy's finally happy. Can you please go back to Hobby Lobby and start selling, like picture frames again? Well, no, Kathy doesn't want to sell picture frames again. She loves the idea of fighting for the downtrodden, being seen as the organizer. Everybody listens to her. It's Kathy, the fucking, the fighter for civil rights and justice, and she's the one that's out there, and she's got her megaphone. Everybody's listening to her. She's a revolutionary. She's in the front, and people are behind her. She's organizing, planning, giving orders. Do you really think that Kathy wants to go back to the picture frame department at Hobby Lobby? Do you really think that she wants to go back to selling, shungite cubes at the witches, the witches shack, in like East Austin? No, she doesn't, because she's got a good thing going here. This is great. This is amazing. She's loving it. And so they won't say this. They will never say this. But it is. And it manifests everywhere, at every level, from high to low, to good to bad. Like, for example, if, I'm just going to come up with, this is a bad example, but I'm just going to say it. If Hitler ever succeeded in actually getting rid of all of the Jews, do you know what Hitler would have done after that? He would have found another group to get rid of after that. Because that was the entire thing. That's what would happen. It is, again, it's not like, okay, well, now we got rid of them and everything's fine. No, he's already going after gypsies, right? Disabled, gay people, holy fuck. And so this would never have stopped. It would never stop ever. Concentration camps, that's 1,000% false. I disagree with it. I do. And again, I provided a million examples. If you think that's not one of them, then you can use a bunch of the other genocides, and I think that that's true. And that's the same as true for you. The thing is that there is an element of truth to that. And I want to talk about it from my own perspective. We have hunted woke video games into endangerment. It used to be open season. It was like the Wild West, where they would just ride along in a train car, just popping them off, and it was nothing. But the problem is that now we basically won. We won. We beat it. We got rid of them all. Like, there's pretty much every single one of those games is dead. We've killed the studios. We've destroyed the careers of the people that ran them. Not all of them. And every once in a while we get a new one, but it's like a 10th of the way it used to be. And in a way, it's almost bittersweet, because it's like, wait, so now am I gonna have to go back to actually just playing video games again? Like, I got what I want. Well, what do you mean I got what I want? I got what I wanted. What am I supposed to do now? So I understand. And yeah, what about WoW though?
Oh, dude, that is so true.
And so anyway, and the dog. Yes.
Oh man. Oh man, they're becoming self-aware, bro. That's crazy.
Its own tail.
I can't believe he just said that.
Play video games again. You're supposed to play Death Stranding. I've got good news for you. I actually have Death Stranding.
It's just. Well, the crazy part about it though is that he's like, yeah, this is what people that like fight for civil rights are like. They're just like looking for they. Basically, what he's saying is that the leaders of the civil rights era, they won. Okay, they didn't. Okay, they got murdered and killed and squashed. But he's saying that they won, and now the civil rights leaders of today are just, just looking for, they're fighting shadow demons. Okay, no man. No man. Video games were never woke the way that you think they are. Some of them were like performative gay or whatever. They were like performative liberal. And was that kind of annoying? Yeah, but that was never the majority of video gaming. You have always been fighting shadow demons. You have been fighting the shadow demons. Anti-racist are not fighting shadow demons, man. There's still racism.
Death Stranding, but I installed it onto my computer, and you know, I bought it like maybe a few days ago, and I will play the whole thing on stream, right? Because it's probably like a super long form game. But I figured I'd play maybe the first day or so on stream and see what it's like. And so this is somebody who's saying, are you saying that you're gonna let a few woke games get popular so that the population can grow again to continue your cycle of hunting woke games? This is the thing, is that if everybody who disagreed with me, like, and I do genuinely believe this, and the other side might not admit this, but it's true. If I ever actually stopped making content, it would be bad for a lot of left-wing creators. And if they ever stopped making content,
Not
it would
me.
be bad for me. There would be less people watching. Because it's true.
Yeah, wow, yeah. Yeah, babies first. Dude, how long have you been making content? Wow, content creators collaborate with each other. That's so crazy. That is so crazy. And by the way, when I say collaborate, a lot of you are going to be like, he's not talking about collaboration. Yes, he is, okay? Sorry if I'm straw manning there, okay? But, like, content creators, they fight, okay? That fighting is still collaboration, okay? They're both benefiting from it, okay? So it's like profitable collaboration. It is. Okay, so this is just 101, bro. Like, how long have you been doing this?
How much time is spent and energy is spent opposing this? And so it's a symbiotic relationship. It is. And the thing is that it's always important to keep that in mind. It's a cycle. It definitely is. That sounds like a proposition. It does. Because at that point, it's just, okay, well, we won the fight.
It's a
we won
media
the
cycle.
After World War II was over, they stopped making as many tanks. They don't need as many tanks anymore. And it's like, so if your job was making tanks, so you're like, well, fuck. Like, now what? Like, what am I going to do now? Anyway, let's go back over. We'll look at the rest of this. Come out, DOJ. SPLC
keep making tanks.
Info and not keep the KKK and other hate groups in power.
For America.
Surely, and again, this is exactly the angle that they're going to go with. Wait till you see the judge getting this one. Exactly. And, oh my God, Acting U.S. Journal, they funneled millions of dollars to groups including the KKK. That's not paying informants. Yes, they're not paying informants when they're funneling hundreds of thousands of dollars to the group at large. This is crazy. Obviously not. And so anyway, I will go through and watch some of this. And, oh, here we go. We can go through this here. And,
Good afternoon. Today, a few minutes ago, in the Middle District of Alabama, a grand jury returned an 11-count indictment charging the Southern Poverty Law Center with 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering.
That's a lot. And, you know, you're talking about the informants. Oh, they were informants. So how does that explain money laundering? You see what I'm saying? Would this be considered funding terrorism? If they could, I mean, like, you know
yeah.
what your point is on this, okay?
Yeah,
like,
what? Yeah, of course.
According to the charges in the indictment, the SPLC is a non-profit entity that purports to fight white supremacy and racial hatred by reporting on extremist groups and conducting research to inform law enforcement groups with the goal of dismantling these groups. As the indictment describes, the SPLC was not dismantling these groups.
Yo, is funding terrorist organizations, does that count as funding terrorist organizations? I don't know, man. It's a mystery. Wow.
We found out that the whole trans thing was being pushed by Jeffrey Epstein, and now we're finding out that all the racial animosity was being pushed by these organizations.
No, not the whole trans thing. Okay, you're, like, the way that you're phrased, I don't really know exactly what you mean by that, but you're making it sound like, Jeffrey Epstein was, like, transing people. Okay, no. No. Jeffrey Epstein played a major role in fetishizing trans people, in, generating animosity towards trans people, specifically on 4chan.
Or really just accelerated. That's crazy. Wow. You realize the SPLC is the lawyers that bring the suits, the activist judge, to use to hinder Trump? I understand that this is a large apparatus. Of course, it's easy to figure that out.
The indictment describes this conduct in detail, but one troubling example is that the SPLC was paying a member of the leadership group that planned the Unite the Right protest in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 that resulted in the death of 1 person and injured dozens more.
Yep.
This particular person being paid by the SPLC allegedly received approximately $270,000 over the course of 8 years.
Oh my God.
In total, according to the indictment, between 2014 and 2023, SPLC paid at least $3 million.
Who was it? Who was it? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know what's the name?
To 8 individuals at least.
Everybody's saying it's Nick. Everybody's saying it's Nick. I don't see any evidence for that. I think the only reason they're saying it's Nick is because he's the most famous person that was there.
Yeah, true.
These individuals were affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan.
Ooh, not a good one. Remember them? They're the bad guys.
United Klans of America.
Let me guess. That's like a... Is United Klans of America like the store brand KKK? Like, I don't know. Like, it sounds like just like a worse version of it. The KKK Plus. Yeah, like DLC. Timu KKK.
National Socialist Movement. Aryan Nations Affiliated Sadistic Souls Motorcycle
Okay,
Club,
that's
the Nationalist
yeah.
Socialist Party of America, Nazis,
Literally Nazi. Oh no.
and the American Front. Now, as the indictment lays out, after
Oh,
SPLC
God.
paid members of these extremist groups, it created work product that reported on these activities that the members participated in or contributed to. And to that end, it was doing the exact opposite of what it's told its donors it was doing.
That's right. That's right. The whole time they were doing that, I did not see that coming. I think everybody should have seen that coming. And Justin Bennett ran the SLC, and that was Limer's SOS, the governor of faker kidnapping. Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't hear about that at all. There is zero evidence from anyone from this group is being paid by the SPLC, or this group is being funded by the SPLC.
True.
You know what? I think that there is a chance that a lot, because like, where are these guys coming from? Really? Where are they coming from?
I don't know. Joe, where is all the racism coming from? I don't know. I can't see anything or hear anything. Yeah, man.
I mean,
wow.
Is it all military-aged men? Like, where are the communications for this? The feds? Yeah, I mean, like, we gotta ask Cash.
Yo, where are all these racist young men coming from? They must be getting paid. They must be getting paid by black people so that they can pull out their victim card.
You know, Proud Boys,
yeah, man.
This shit. How involved was the FBI?
Genius.
Why the masks? Well, I mean, obviously, there could be multiple reasons why.
Why the mask? There could be multiple reasons? Huh? Nah, man, I think there's one reason, and that is to hide their identities.
The props are on point. They are. And they're very organized, too. So another group started by a teenager, maybe you're right. And who sponsored their outfits or taxes? Yeah, I think something like this. I think it's organized. I do. And SPLC is a criminal organization that funded right-wing hate groups and organizes fake right-wing protests so it could just turn around and fundraise off of them and use them as a pretext to crack down on conservatives nationwide. There you fucking go. And oh my god. And SPLC is a Jewish social engineering think tank. Is that true? I don't even know about that. And oh, here we go. What is this, like scuffed George Lucas? Let's see what he has to say.
Good. And my bosses insisted that we move out of the house for a week. You know, at one point I was
Anti-Muslim hate group? Oh, it went down. There's no way there were zero anti-Muslim hate groups in 2003. Like,
yeah, true.
I mean, that was after
That doesn't make any sense.
What are we, like, I mean, your data collection's wrong. I mean,
Yeah, in 2010, 5.
Like, I mean, you don't even know what you're talking about. No groups as an organized, you believe that?
notified last year by a letter from a
Non-Hispanic whites proportion of U.S. population? Man, that's crazy.
federal court in New York State that a certain guy could, and my bosses.
How about that? That's a weird way to say it, right? It certainly is. I think I see the problem. I told you guys. I told y'all, white people have been listening. This is Sunny Unite, the right most notorious of all the extremist displays in the last 10 years. Tiki torches was all subsidized racket funded by the supposedly anti-hate SPLC. Well, and here's also another thing that, you know, again, only a fucking idiot could come to this conclusion. If they're getting funded by the SPLC, do you really think that the SPLC were the only ones doing it? Like, you have all of these other organizations that function the same way, and they have the same problems. Do you really think that they were the only ones? No. So when you look at probably all of the money that was put into that, I bet it was over $1 million. I bet there's a good chance that it was. Maybe not $1 million, but I think it was a lot more than what they were. And so it's written on yellow paper, so it must be accurate. Well, I think that was accurate, right? And it seems doubtful that they invented this racket. Exactly. I don't think they invented this. I think they did it themselves. Me, after the SPLC sends me $75.
As I was saying, she packed up her bag and left. It was all very sudden. Do you know where Mika is right now? Do you know she's always been very interested in the classics, Greek and Roman literature and history, and she's always enjoyed the ocean, so she...
Oh. Jesus. Okay. Well, and all tax dollars to fund a conspiracy. Yeah, that's insane. Remember the Democrats that protested tiki torches and claimed they were raising awareness when they got caught faking the hate crime? Yeah, there's been a lot of these. And white supremacists packing up their checks from the SPLC. It's all bullshit, bro. Like, it's all been bullshit. And the Tiki Torch March was so sus. It seems like it. Trump is upset the SPLC went after Nazis. Oh, this is after, oh, by the way, this is the kind of thing that somebody like this says. And again, rainbow flag, let's see here. Oh, he doesn't have his pronouns in his bio. That's a surprise. And yeah, TikTok news update. What could we do without that? Remember that Mike Potok proudly kept a handwritten record of the white U.S. population on his desk. Man. It's almost like it's completely fucking obvious what these people were doing. And yeah, there it is. Let me see if I can scroll down.
Wait, do you think that he was like importing the brown people to decrease the white population? Oh my god, dude, whiteness is made up, man. It's a social construct. It's not real.
Oh, they are locked in. And the thing is that, like, these are guys, look at, it's Mark Andreessen, Elon Musk. I mean, these are like fucking multi-billionaires that like manage large systems. These are the kinds of people that understand the way that these systems work. Of course they're going to come to this conclusion. Duh. Which other prominent NGOs are doing this? Exactly. Many other cases. Point them all out? Yeah. I think this is only the tip of the iceberg. So when people said the government's dropping people off in a gazillion cages rocks to protest routes and escalate, it's probably true. I think that they were probably being indirectly funded. That's probably what happened. They weren't being directly funded, but indirectly funded. And so, oh, this is Cash Patel talking about...
We're here today is to announce what the general just told you. The Southern Poverty Law Center, in a massive, sweeping indictment, has been charged with allegations of fraud and using the banking system to perpetrate that fraud. I just want to talk about a couple of brief things here. The Southern Poverty Law Center themselves advertised to raise money to dismantle violent extremist groups for a period of at least a decade.
Yeah.
They used their donor network to raise money to purportedly dismantle violent extremist groups.
And here's a good question. Is more white supremacy and white supremacist actions, will it increase or decrease the people that donate to the SPLC? Like, let's say there's another big, huge white supremacist rally where they go crazy. Will that cause the amount of money to go up or down? There you go. None of this matters until we see people go to prison. Yep, you're right.
However, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, used the money they raised from their donor network to actually pay the leadership of these very groups. Wow. I just want to say that again. They used the fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremist groups. The groups, as the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right, National Alliance, National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation Motorcycle Club, and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American Front.
As I said, gentlemen, this is where we're at. Do you really think that all that money that's going to those hospices and shit in California and the, don't you find it weird that the same people that were at, Ilhan Omar's events and at different Democrat fundraisers were the same people that were running the Quality Learning Center? Doesn't that seem weird to anybody who's not a retard?
They're from the same district.
It seems like, oh yeah, of course. Yep, of course. Yeah, of course they're doing that.
What's the implication there?
The photo represents the SPLC being the tip of the iceberg. That's my point. This is not even, in my opinion, probably 1% of it. I bet it is that big. Especially if you count foreign influences as well. So the socialists are being funded by the same people who support the KKK. There's a reason why they're called Goyim. You understand? There's a reason why you call them that. It's just the way it is.
At least one of these matters. Our investigation revealed that funds were used to facilitate the commission of further state and federal offenses, totaling over 3.
So that's also really important because, like, the whole idea that, they're just paying informants. No, listen to that again. One more time.
Mission. In at least one of these matters, our investigation revealed that funds were used to facilitate the commission of further state and federal offenses, totaling over $3 million.
They're easily manipulated by really stupid, obvious stuff. Well, that's the reason why they shouldn't be able to vote. Again, every year that I say that, more people will agree. There will never be a point in time where me saying this stuff will become less popular. It will only become more popular. So you're telling me the Democrats haven't changed and still fund the KKK?
Furthermore, our investigation revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center, on top of perpetuating this widespread, decade-long, multi-million-dollar fraud, conducted more criminal activity.
Wow.
They attempted to hide their criminal activity.
Why would they do that? If they were just paying informants, why would they hide the activity? Why would they probably deleted records, stuff like that? Why would you do that? So Democrats are the ones that shouldn't be able to vote? I think that there's a lot of people that shouldn't be allowed to vote.
From our financial...
Anytime I have to listen to Kash Patel talk, I can't trust him, bro. I can't.
They set up
I can't. Again, I'll say it again, okay? I'm not saying this is all bullshit, but, like, dude, look at him. Look. Why does he look like that, man? I don't know. What happened to him?
We rely on as everyday Americans were deceived in believing that money was not coming from the Southern Poverty Law Center in the perpetration of
What
this
in the
fraud.
goddamn is happening, man?
This ongoing fraud. This is a serious and egregious violation of a group that purported to dismantle violent extremist groups, but in turn actually only fueled the hatred. This is an important case brought by President Trump's administration. We're thankful to the president for his leadership and funding of not just the FBI and DOJ.
I will not be thankful until those people are in a jail cell. Like, I want them in a jail cell. Like, not on trial, not arrested. I want them in a jail cell. That's what needs to happen.
What do you think being arrested is?
I don't give a shit. I mean, this is great. It's great this is happening. But, like, how many times have they identified a problem? Well, they haven't solved it. Nick hasn't been alive for over a week. No, maybe he's got a headache. Who knows? I have no idea why.
But his commitment to go out there and wipe out fraud and conspiracy and waste and abuse wherever it occurs.
Maybe he's been replaced by a lizard in a skin suit.
Coming from legitimate people and legitimate entities, we at the FBI, with our great partners at the Department of Justice and in the state of Alabama, were able to comb through a decade worth of material, a scheme that took a decade to build, so that we were able to follow the money, because money never lies, and they got caught. As the Attorney General said, these charges are varying, they are widespread and wide-ranging, and this investigation is very much ongoing. Today we're here to announce the charges of the Southern Poverty Law Center, and this investigation and the individuals who are responsible will be brought to justice. Thank you, General.
It's so fucking funny for me to see this. It's so funny that the obvious thing that I think everybody could have imagined is clearly and obviously what's happening. And there you go. I'm happy to see this. I am. The switch up from Nick made total sense from him being full MAGA to supporting the Democrats. Well, and to me, like, I don't think that Nick is a Fed. I don't think so. I've always liked Nick, and I don't want to believe that because I think that he's, you know, like, he's definitely, like, I agree with a lot of his message. Not everything, obviously, but I agree with a lot of it. And so, like, to me, but I
not everything.
There are a lot of people.
What do you not agree with, Asmon? It's really, it's not a deal breaker?
There are a number of Nicks. He's a likable Fed? Yeah, I guess so. You're dumb if you think he supports them. I understand what Nick is trying to do with what he's saying. It's obvious to anybody who has, like, I don't know, maybe an IQ over 90, but, like, I don't know what to say beyond that. Anyway, let's go back. I'll look and find SPLC. Let me see if there's any more of this on here. It breaks down the case. Okay, well, let me go and find this here. This is the, I want to listen to. No, not this.
What that means is that this FBI, with this Department of Justice, has dropped the murder rate 20 points. What that means is this FBI, every time you do so, I've answered your question, has seen a reduction in opiate overdose deaths up to 20% alone. What that means is that we have found 6,300 child victims, 6,300 families have their kids back. That is a 22% increase from the Biden administration. I'm on the job. I'm the first one in. I'm the last one out. I'm like an everyday American who loves his country, loves the sport of hockey, and champions my friends when they raise a gold medal and invite me in to celebrate. I've never been intoxicated on the job, and that is why we filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit. And any one of you that wants to participate, bring it on. I'll see you in court.
All right, I'm back.
The thing is that Kash Patel got his email leaked, and all they had, like, yeah, the guy likes to drink. I mean, he likes to drink, he loves cigars, and he likes sports. And, he likes having special tailored suits.
Oh, wait, you forgot. You forgot he likes dancing as well. You forgot about that part, bro. He likes to dance.
I think that's a fucking American. That sounds pretty good.
Login issue. Just explain the computer login issue. You were not able to log into the.
Oh, yeah.
You were not able to log into the system. What did you think after you were unable to log into the system?
Let's have a survey. How many of you people believe that's true? Hang on.
Did you communicate?
You asked the question. Let me answer it. No.
Did you communicate with anyone that you thought you were fired after you were unable to log into
The problem with you and your report, don't cut me off. You asked the question. The problem with you and your baseless reporting is that is an absolute lie. It was never said. It never happened. And I will serve in this administration as long as the president and the attorney general want me to do so. And
isn't it crazy that the media is in like open opposition to delegitimize and cause as much strife and chaos inside of the government as possible? Like, you really think about that? That's not good, is it? I feel like that's bad.
every time you guys report false lies, every time you guys raise baseless questions, when we are here,
yeah, you know, they should just suck up to the government, bro. They should just kiss ass. Yo, why is the media being so mean to my goat, Donald Trump?
$3 million decade-long scheme to fraudulently
Why?
Americans. You are off topic.
Can you just kick him out, man? Just say, get this loser out of here. Like, he answered your question, and he's still just kick him out. I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, everybody else has to have their own time to ask a fucking question. You can't have this guy debating Kash Patel, and it takes like 3 minutes. Like, you've only got 10 minutes total.
The simple answer to your question is, you are lying, and every time you do so, I've answered your question.
He answered. He said no.
As follows: I was never locked out.
Cash is stalling.
Anybody who says it, anyone that says the opposite is lying. Thank you.
He's getting cooked though.
You're being extraordinarily rude, and I know maybe that's part of your profession.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. All right, you know, all right, now keep going.
You're being rude. You're being
Now
rude.
you're interrupting me. Like, just a little bit of respect. man.
Wah, wah.
Earlier today,
They should just, honestly, they should kick that. They should not let that guy back in. They should say, you know what?
Nah.
And you can look at him. By the
Nah,
way,
I like him.
He's fat. Again, they're used to taking up space. It's what
Got him.
It's what they do. They take up space literally, metaphorically, verbally, everything. How does this happen?
Senate Majority Leader John Thune once again was pleading for an end to the Justice Department's investigation into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. How do you respond to a direct request like this from someone in your own party?
I haven't received the request, formally yet. And listen, this is an ongoing investigation, and that's something that we can't talk about aside from saying yes, it's an ongoing investigation, and the senator knows that, and other senators know that as well, and we'll get through it. But it is an ongoing investigation, and we can't really talk about it, especially not in public. But we'll try to address any senator, not just a senator from the Republican Party's concerns about that.
Director Patel, you said in an interview over this weekend regarding the election into whether the 2020 presidential election was stolen.
So yeah, I'm gonna pull somebody up. It says something that annoyed me. So he's definitely getting fired. Kash Patel is on his way out. He's on the way to the bar. Watch him defend Patel. So what about what I'm saying is inaccurate? What are you unhappy that I'm saying? You're getting pulled up in the middle of a YouTube video. You've been crashing out. You've typed 4 messages in probably 1.5 minutes. You're writing. You're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think Cash is a drunk. He is probably gonna get fired though. But I don't know. I'm probably wrong actually. We'll see. We'll see.
So what's the problem here?
He's a useful idiot.
I saw you say that. You've now said that before.
I think that Pete Hegseth, he's a liability. Yeah, he's got to go. They're gonna get rid of him.
What do you have a problem with?
He's next.
Like I know you said that because you said that before. Like you said this like 4 times. Is that it? Like, I mean, you're always defending yourself. I'm not saying you're not thinking. I'm asking you to think. I know it might be hard for you, but I want you to do your best. I'm talking about something specific. I asked you the question, what do you have a problem with? You're now responding with another abstraction. Can you talk about something specific, please? You have one chance to. I'm exposing. I know. You're exposing me. You're gonna have one last chance, okay? You're gonna have one last chance to just simply explain what specifically you have a problem with. Any vague post, and you're getting banned. You're getting banned if you make any vague post at all. You have to be specific. Where do these people come from? Sometimes I ask myself, I say, where do they come from? Who are these guys? They're out of their fucking minds. It's unbelievable. Oh my fucking god. It's crazy.
SPLC paid him.
Fuck your room, of course. What a weirdo. What an idiot weirdo.
When you said that there were going to be arrests coming, and I promise you're coming soon. Hoping you could just elaborate a little bit on what that meant.
Sure.
Your room is gross, man.
You
should clean it.
Like we did today, we'll be announcing those arrests when the grand jury returns those indictments.
All right, just one more question, sir.
I have on topic and off topic. On On the Southern Poverty Law Center, my understanding was from the video that were posted today that this program about paying informants had ended. I wasn't clear about when that was.
Yeah.
Do you have any information about when this program stopped paying informants, and then if there's a statute of limitations issue there? I just wasn't sure how far back we're talking. And now I have another on top.
So look, all I can tell you is the indictment alleges a very long period of time that includes up to 2023. So that's I can't speak beyond when it if anything's been happening since then, just what the grand jury found.
And then I also wanted to ask a follow-up on Joe Geneva. Looking back at
So okay, they're saying it's informed. Yeah, I don't think
he's
so.
been very vocal over the years about his thoughts about the 2016 investigation, about the intelligence assessment. One quote that he said in an article in 2020 was, "There's no doubt John Brennan was a primogenitor of this entire counterintelligence investigation. It was John Brennan who went to James Comey and basically pummeled him into starting a counterintelligence investigation against Trump.
Yeah.
Brennan's at the heart of this. Given those prior statements, isn't there possibly a conflict of interest, or at the very least a perceived conflict of interest, having him oversee this investigation? And has he been vetted for conflicts prior to being hired at the Justice Department?"
I don't know. I'm not sure what the conflict of interest would be because somebody has said something in the past about a particular matter. That doesn't create a conflict necessarily. That's not what the conflicts are designed to for just that. And I think
it's a bias, doesn't it, that he's coming into the investigation with preconceived views about a target investigation? Isn't that a problem?
I mean, I just completely disagree with the premise. I mean, look, if you look.
That's
at
a
what
good question, actually.
During the president's investigations, there were prosecutors that were actively involved in the 2016.
Come on, Asmon.
Information with Barr and what AG Barr was.
Come on, don't you have a quippy line to say here?
So
Call her a dumb bitch. God, it's a woman, Asmon. Come on.
Whatever rules the rules that we have in this building, but the mere fact that he's spoken about his perception, he didn't act.
I think Asmon is losing his touch, y'all.
Like any prosecutor, I expected that he will follow the facts, and those facts come from witnesses.
This is not the Asmon I know. The Asmon.
Definitely better than Pam Bondi. I don't know if he's that guy. Like, the thing is that, like, whenever that fat loser was causing problems, I want an attorney general that just comes in, get this fat piece of shit out of here. Just straight up, in the middle of get him the fuck out. All right, next, what else? That's all I want to see. Speak your mind, yeah. We might charge you later. Yeah, charge him for something. I don't for what. Figure it out. Yeah, there's the CIA director, not attorney general. Yeah.
But he didn't do that. And Pam Bondi would have pearl clutched a lot harder. Let's be so for real. She would have finger wagged him for like a minute straight. How dare you, sir? How dare you? We in this administration, we are fighting for justice. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. The Dow is 50,000.
He's the secretary or like the assistant attorney general, and he's acting attorney. You actually tried to get me God. You tried to get me God. I knew what the hell I was talking about. Sometimes I fuck around. Sometimes I fuck up. This wasn't one of those times, all right? But you're correct. I did not fuck up. And so anyway, that's the guy that gave Gillis and Maxwell the puppy. I would give Gillis and Maxwell the world if she could tell me 5 names of billionaires that I can find a trail of bodies to put them in jail forever. So I'm not out on that. I'm not in on it. It remains to be seen, okay? It remains to be seen. Imagine if it was still Pam Bondi. I know. And so yeah, but she didn't need to. But she didn't tell him that. Well, who knows what happened? And again, like you know what? Well, you know what my opinion on this. And do you agree with the Patriot Front movement? The manifesto gives me Confederate vibes. I don't even know what the fuck they think. Like, it's probably just some typical, like, white nationalist stuff. I don't know. I haven't even seen it. But anyway, let me go. So this is what they were saying, and obviously, they have more patience with the media than I would. How about charge the politicians? Yep, there you go. The SPLC needs, quote, hate groups to exist in order to perpetuate its grift. So funneling money into their scarecrows makes sense. Their scarecrows. That's a really good one. It certainly is. So I'll go through some of these other ones too, because I do think this is a very, very big story. And, oh god. And, this is just me talking shit, basically, about me being a fucking asshole. Okay, great. And, yeah, the White Boogeyman is coming? Yes, definitely. And, what an analogy. I know, I love it. So we'll get to the pragmata stuff. Oh, here we go. About 270K 10 years ago, give or take. Alex Jones. No. Charlottesville was a false flag run by SPLC operatives who hired actors to pose as Nazis.
Dude. Dude, they did not fucking pay the Nazis at the rally. That's insane. Yeah, Alex Jones said a lot of insane shit over the... You know what else he said was a false flag? Fucking Sandy Hook. He thought that the parents of the children that were slaughtered were paid actors.
Who is this guy? How does he know this? This is like, what the fuck? If you wait long enough, Alex Jones will that's who they need to get in charge of, like, they need to put that's what they should do. Put Alex Jones in charge of the CIA or the FBI. That's what should happen. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine what that would be? Like, just do it, see what happens. See what happens. I don't know. It could be anything. He can't help being right. Yes. Oh my god, the frogs would be gay. And, black helicopters, I know. Alex Jones was right, Jar. Too bad, isn't it? Too fucking bad. And anyway, I'll scroll down and find some of the other ones. I found this to be very, very funny. And oh, here we go. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Wait, what? What? What's going on here? What's this? Oh my god. And Bungie is in trouble. Bungie is the largest game company supported the just indicted Southern Poverty Law. Why the fuck is a video game company giving money to some political organization? Well, wait a minute. How's Marathon doing? Oh no. Guys, This is really bad. Like, I mean, whenever they announce like mass layoffs, I am going to be so happy. I'm going to be so happy. This is amazing. It's selling a Concordian amount of people. Yeah, I guess so. So wait, you're saying that Bungie being a game dev is just a front for being a pawn in the political machine? Yes. Why was Bungie even donating money to a political action group? Why was this even happening in the first place? This is retarded. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy. And okay, well, there we go. Bungie is in trouble is the latest in the game company supporting that just got indicted. You can figure out the scam from here. And so I want you guys to understand how big this problem is. Like, this is the kind of problem. It's like they did tax deductions for it. Yeah, but they could donate to anything. They could donate to any sort of nonprofit. Why would you choose to donate to these nonprofits that are extremely politically motivated? Like, you could donate to like the World Wildlife Fund. You could donate to, you know, Feeding America. You could donate to Meals on Wheels. But you donate to this shit? To this shit? What are we doing? I won't be buying anything from Bungie? Well, it looks like you're in good company. So anyway, owner estimation. They haven't even sold, oh my god, they barely even sold 1 million copies. So Charlie Kirk from 2023. And he followed me. I didn't even know he followed me. Wow. The SPLC is a hate group. That's crazy. Wow. If Kirk's making bangers from the grave, he is, bro. Like, that's it. And so he got completely fucking vindicated. And I don't know where they was paying you. Yeah, wait, y'all were getting paid to be racist, and I was just doing it for free? Paying the KKK to act up because the supply of racism doesn't actually meet your demand for it is probably the most libtarded move of all time. Anyone want to place bets on which alt-right leader was an informant who received 270K? So let's figure out who everybody thinks it is. And let's see here. Oh boy, Mike McChesney might be a candidate. Pretty sure it's not Baked Alaska. Fuentes wanted 6 million, but they told him they could only... That's crazy. What are the odds of these things happening at the same time? Poetry in motion. Yes, I know. How is this real? Like Richard Spencer? I don't know, guys. I knew there was something. I don't think it was Nick. I don't think so, but a lot of people think it was Nick. And I think that the reason why everybody thinks it was Nick is because he's the most well-known, right? The most people know about Nick. So it's like,
you know, Metal Gear Solid 2 predicted all this.
It's not that complicated, but you know, that's it. Money's on Richard Spencer, maybe, right? And holy fucking shit, what's your best guesses? Oh my god, Patriot Front, the SPLC guys. I guess so. Who do you got? Fat Spencer, Fat Enoch, Fat Cantwell. What a murky mystery. And yeah, the Home Depot tiki torches. I have no doubt. SPLC funded a large number of false flag right-wing organizations. Total scam. True. And I feel like, again, finally people are talking about this and they're starting to realize this is happening. And I'll look at a few more posts about this too. Remember when Nick and Tucker both said I thought you were a Fed? They would have both been right. Well, maybe that's it. And what is this here?
It's just so funny to me how when shit like this happens, they have to run with it. They have to go all the way. Like, even when it's so very obviously not as big as they're making it out to be, they gotta head for the goal. They gotta get the touchdown, bruh. They're like, oh yeah, they paid all 1,000, however many fucking Nazis were at Charlottesville. They paid them all. Yeah.
Is definitely a psycho scam artist. You want to have less consequences for adults who commit sex crimes with
well, surely some of them would, you know, like, come out and say, like, hey, I got paid to be there, by the way. Like, at least a few of them. Right?
Wait, what? Who is this guy? No way this guy puts how tall he is. He's a senator, and this guy literally is in the Senate, and the first thing that he puts is how tall he is. Oh god, should be in jail. Yeah, I guess so. Right, good one, buddy. And yeah, chronic legislative overachiever. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? And heading to my new job at the Southern Poverty Law Center. Oh my god. And wow, I guess I guess things change. Oh my fucking god, this is insane. And let me go back. I can find the rest of this. Charlie Kirk. Wait, this is Charlie Kirk.
They're literally putting high school chapters of ours on a hate group next to the KKK and next to neo-Nazi groups. And I mean, we can laugh this off. There's an element to this. Remember that there was a shooter that went to the Family Research Council years ago, inspired by the SPLC list. This is them trying to make us basically surrender at Turning Point USA. We're gonna do the opposite, and our students are only gonna lean in even more.
But you said that prowling blacks go after white people. All over America. That is a direct quote from Charlie Kirk.
They cannot have dialogue. They cannot actually go.
Oh, why are they calling me a hate group? Ah.
Of course. Onto the merits of why they are right
Who's
or why
they?
they might be wrong. Instead, they must smear us with the age-old one-liner that you are a racist or that you are a hater. And they're finally realizing
the SPLC shot him. No, man, it was Israel.
Yeah, death is looking more and more like a hit. Well, it was obviously politically motivated. I don't know if it was a large-scale thing. SPLC and Biden DOJ.
What do you mean? It was. Yeah, it was.
Regular meetings and targeted conservative groups and churches. The Biden DOJ even cited the SPLC in an effort to target pro-life Catholics. It was all fraud. That's right. And I'm
dude, we are so cooked.
This is our member from 2023. Do something about it. And these are the comments that I want to see. People want blood. We want actual, like, you know, like, not metaphorically, heads on spikes, the trials. We want this to happen. So if you're complaining and saying, like, oh, I've been doing this for a long time, there's two realities. Why aren't you doing it? Or why aren't you stopping them from doing it? Because how are you going to complain that, oh, they're breaking the rules? Well, then you should start breaking the rules too. What the fuck are you doing? Railroad them and do it publicly. It doesn't make me, it makes me so mad. It does, it frustrates me so much. And I want a leader that will not only give us the cake, but we ask for more. Yes. Like whenever Trump said, you know, like you're going to get tired of winning, I thought in my mind what that was to me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in for a good time. This is what I, like, that's all I want. That's all I want. All I want is to have the rules enforced in the way that they should be enforced. Maybe they already are. No, they're not. They're not. This entire thing, and I'm glad that they did this. I am. I'm very glad they did this. But how... Here is the fundamental problem that I think a lot of these conservative people have. I think that some of them are good people, and we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need somebody who's principled and moral. I know that's not, that's nice. And that's cute, and it's good that you feel that way and everything. But we need something a little bit more, right? We need a little bit more motivation, right? Like, we gotta get that. And so we need savages? Yeah, we do. And so it's like, you need morals, but
we need Hitler! Yeah, yeah!
So, what's the conservative goal now?
Nice.
To conserve nothing. To conserve nothing, to achieve nothing, to complain, and to be useless. That's it. And I'm really glad to see all these negative comments. I am. I think that you should continue the negative comments. And hopefully it gets worse. And naming this, this is Alex Jones 10 years ago.
Charlottesville was mainly a bunch of homosexual leftists dressing up like Nazis who'd all formerly worked for Obama or Hillary, part of their art club, and then they lured a bunch of reporters there and some real white supremacists so the police could stand down and collide them into the folks. I pointed out that some of the same leftist foundations are funding the white supremacists that are funding real white supremacists in Ukraine. I got sued for that. Even though it's, they tried to say that I said some cameraman killed the girl. I didn't say that the cameraman killed them. I said it was all part of leftists coming out to come to this big event. I hope there was some big crisis out of it to demonize the right in general and tie us to Nazis. But that's ongoing in Charlottesville. You're not supposed to question Charlottesville.
Man, how is it that, like, how is he right about this shit? This is insane. I don't even know what to say. Holy fuck, man. And yeah,
is that a tropical smoothie?
Was making us think that Alex was crazy.
My father's gone viral. Damn. In a tropical smoothie. Well, anyway, that's enough of that.